You just gotta start
Okay.
this.
Okay.
Yay.
All right, guys.
Moving.
Oh, you see? Here comes the guy from Mexico.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Just cringe. Just cringe topia.
So much cringe.
Okay, share it.
Mexicano. Let's eat some taco.
All
There
right,
is
give me
some-
a sec.
Put it on some corn tortilla.
Hello.
Tortilla. 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 Are we going live? Like it's
Yeah, we're going live
58.
soon.
Already live.
We're already live?
Oh, we
Yay,
are
we're live.
already live, so everybody can hear me
live.
saying tortilla.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Everybody can hear the
I
cringe.
just started. Like 2 seconds before you said it, I started it.
Okay.
Okay, so tortilla. So everybody can hear it
Tortilla.
right now.
Mhm.
Tortilla.
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 We gotta do like pancit today.
Oh my god.
Tortilla.
I like
With the
pancit.
Gunpla Talk Show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hello, everybody in the chat. Good,
All right, hi
good
everybody in
morning.
the chat.
What's up, chat? What's up, chat?
Thanks for coming.
Wait, I'll
in.
pull up chat on my phone. Don't close it. I'll just put it up on my phone.
And we'll just have it on the phone.
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay.
Because that's how multi-device works, Derek.
Can't read it. You always
Alright,
call me
so-
Grandpa.
Because you are.
Okay. People are logging on. Sweet.
Yeah.
People are logging in.
Yo,
so
what's
this-
up, Kuroda?
Hey.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah, we're no longer a podcast. We're a show now. Okay.
Exactly.
We're going up that
So,
showbiz. We're going that professional route. That's what we're doing.
Yep.
You know us.
Yep. We are a show now. We are
All
not.
right, so it's 6:00, guys.
Yay.
I think we're all ready for some. You guys ready for this? Y'all ready? I don't think you guys
All
are ready.
right, let's go. Let's
All
go.
right, everyone. Hope you're ready for the Gunpla.
Gunpla.
Gunpla Talk Show.
Yeah.
There we are. Okay. All right, guys. Welcome to this beautiful Friday evening, Saturday, if you're over there in Asia, of course. It is currently 6:00 p.m., March 27th, and it's been a long week. It's been a long week. I think
Very
I
long
speak
week.
for everyone.
Yeah.
It's been a long week. This is your host, Jess from Mendo Gunpla. So, hey guys. Everybody else want to introduce themselves a little bit? I mean, we do have some special guests for you guys today. I'm going to introduce them real quick. They are
All right.
one of the nicest people I've ever freaking met. And
No, don't. You
really,
can't.
honestly,
You can't.
you know,
I'm not supposed to
glad
feel
have
warm and
them on
fuzzy.
here.
It hasn't even been a minute yet.
I'll let them introduce themselves, but I do just want you to know that they're amazing. So I'll give you guys the floor.
Yep. Okay.
Hi, guys. I'm one of the admins for the Calgary Gunpla Community. My name's Derrick, and my tag name is DNG 42777.
And you almost forgot Odafest Gundam Team Lead. Let's add one more title in there.
And Odafest team lead for Gundam.
And I'm Alina. I'm the second admin for the Calgary Gunpla Community and one of the contest coordinators for the Gundam Hangar at Odafest. And my Instagram plug is a girl with Gunpla,
Very nice.
Yeah.
and also a
Very
member of the
nice.
Gunpla Girl Gang. Whee!
Woo.
Thank you guys for
Wow.
having us. That's for sure.
Wow.
And then my peeps.
Hi guys. So I'm Justin. I'm from Studio Gundam, also a gang of Gunpla gang guys, gang boys. Gunpla street boys. That's so bad, man. That is
Oh
so
my
bad.
god.
You're butchering it. You're butchering on it, dude. What is going on?
Oh my god.
That is so bad. I'm
Time
sorry.
out.
You guys, we're gonna have to close this stream
Bye,
early
Ray.
today due to the cringe overload.
Chris, your turn. Your turn.
Wait,
ATL, what's up? Gunpla from ATL. I'm just a builder. Just about it.
all right, all
Oh,
right.
you're more than that.
All right, he's gonna do some breakdance.
He's an amazing painter. Guys, on the chat, just real quick, we just want to ask you if you guys have, if there's any audio issues, we would love it if you guys would just put it in the chat, you know, so we can fix whatever we
Yep.
can. We're still
Yeah.
trying. OBS and just live streaming in general is a little bit difficult sometimes, so please bear with us. Another announcement: stay safe, keep clean. You know, wash those hands.
Stay fresh.
Everybody knows.
Wash your hands
Sanitize, man.
and stay the F home.
Yeah, stay home.
Stay
Stay
home.
home. Just do it for the rest. Just do it for everyone. Stay home. Okay, and I mean, you guys have a show to watch, right? It's right here on YouTube.
Stay home
You're
and build Gunpla.
Yeah, we're made for this.
So
We're made for this.
Before we begin, we do, and I will say this another, a couple more times during the show. We are thinking the Gunpla Talk Show over here. We are thinking of putting everything on Spotify. And so, lest us forget before, because we forgot last time, is to ask you guys on chat if you guys would think that that's a good idea. The reason we're asking is because to get on Spotify, we do have to do some other things that it involves money. So if you guys would be willing to listen to us on Spotify, download the podcast and listen to it while you guys, well, not podcast, the show, while you guys are building or whatever, let us know in the chat and we'll take a look and you'll help us decide if we should put it up on Spotify. But enough talking of me, right? Everybody's tired of listening to my voice. We have special guest here who, Derrick and Alina. So you guys have the floor. How have you guys been?
I've been working on school stuff since all the schools are closed, so I have more work to do while I'm at home. And for you?
I'm still working. I work in the gas industry in medical, so it's very, very busy right now.
You're essential.
Yeah, essential services.
He's essential services.
So essential services.
Just like Anu Gunpla in the chat, he's essential as well. So you guys are important people right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of the people that are essential services, we appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for making sure that we're all fed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That there's internet, that there's water running through my house.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I know, and I guess just to say a little bit of who we are and what we do. We run the Calgary community. Basically, we host the events and we do meetups and all the fun things that people see sometimes online where people get together. But we do it for Calgary.
Yeah.
So for you guys who don't know, I live in Calgary, Alberta, here in Canada. It's better known as Cowtown over here. It is.
Oh, Canada.
It is. It's a small. Is it a small city? It's a. I mean, to me, it's a small city.
Do we consider us small?
We're 1.2 million people in the city.
If you're under a million, I say that's small. But you're like right.
We're like mid. Let's say we're mid.
Yeah, you're mid.
Atlanta in comparison, how big is Atlanta right now?
Like 8 million, I think.
Holy, yeah, that's.
Yeah, no, we're
you guys are not small. You guys are tiny, man.
Yeah, we're
tiny.
It is a small city because you can walk like to the end of downtown to the end of downtown like in a couple like.
Yeah, but it's like 3 days.
Like 30 minutes.
Well, we have those scooters that you could just rent a scooter and it's motorized. You can just
the Lime scooters.
Yeah, the Lime scooters.
We have like 5 different brands, so you can you can just pick a different.
How many brands do we have? Like one? Did we only have the one brand, the Lime scooter?
There's 2.
Was there 2?
There was 2 originally.
They were so new and then they were just gone. So I'm just like, was I supposed to pay attention? I don't know.
Actually, Atlanta has 5.8 million.
Oh wow!
Oh my god!
Wow,
man, that's a big city.
What city do you live in?
What city do you live in, Justin?
Currently I'm living in Manila City, which has like, if I'm not mistaken, 7 million.
Oh dang, you're bigger than me.
7 million? You're bigger than Atlanta. What the hell?
Yikes!
Yeah, so we're tiny.
You know, Asians.
We are.
We are a big fish in a small pond.
Yay. Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So,
dude, it's cram here. So yeah.
Yeah,
it's cram here.
Okay. So the reason, one thing you guys should know about Alina and Derrick, and they've mentioned it already. They are the admins, along with how many other admins are there?
There's only one more. We have Sean.
Yeah.
Sean Hartland.
Sean, if you're watching this, shout out to you, dude. I would have gotten you on. But
we love you.
But so they are the admins for the Calgary Gunpla Community Club, which is an amazing group of people that I've met, and they've just been able to form like this nice, beautiful community that is just always talking to each other and posting things and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, I guess what we want to know is the story. I mean, I know the story. But Justin and Chris, they don't know the story, and we would love to hear it.
No, we don't.
No. Okay.
Okay,
No,
so we'll start with one of the first instances. So the community was created by a guy named Tommy in 2014. And during then and 2018, the role for admin kind of bounced around a little bit. But during that time, Derrick was just getting back into Gunpla and was just about to meet me. And then a year or so later, I got into Gunpla. So at around 2018, both of us ended up joining the community. And at that point, we were just really just members. We were just showing up to meetups and stuff like that. And like, I guess over those 2 years when we've joined, the 2 years like between before and after we joined, the admin position was pretty much up for grabs for anybody.
It's not a commitment.
Yeah, it's a lot of commitment. He essentially said like he didn't have the time because he was going through school. He was falling out of the hobby, and balancing the group by yourself with school is such a hard thing to do. So he just put it up for grabs, and it was up there for quite a long time. And essentially, just for fun, at one of the meetups, I created a logo just for fun. No, not yet. Not yet.
So when you guys started, when you guys first joined the thing, you guys don't even have a logo yet?
No, we didn't even have a logo. That's how like
we at that point actually just stepping in when we first met the group, we had probably only a handful of people who were actually going to these bi-weekly meetups. And at the very beginning, we actually had who was it? There was like a split between the group and actually the online community.
Yeah, so the meetups in itself and the group were two actually separate entities. The meetups weren't run by the group, and the group didn't know about the meetups. Like they were just two different entities. Yeah. So we somehow were able to just kind of interjoin the two.
Because what happened was at that point, the store that we actually hosted our group meetings pretty much at that time for Shoebox, they basically gave us like a lot of time and freedom to actually.
Yeah, shout out to Shoebox Games and Cafe. They're the venue that lets us have our meetups every like bi-weekly.
So Shoebox Games Cafe for us is like it's in Calgary. It's and you can look at Shoebox Games Cafe. They actually sell like card games, board games, and they have a little cafe style where they have a little bit of food and like drinks. But then the coolest thing is that they started at one point between the last couple years.
Yeah,
they started bringing Gunpla.
Oh, nice.
They started ordering Bandai kits inside a gaming store.
Yeah, and that was really great.
Order, or they just started buying them, and you just
they started buying them, and then now they're opened up to the public. Say if you want something, order it, and then they'll let you know how soon they can get it in for you.
And now it's one of the best places to get Gunpla for their price.
Oh, nice.
And
it really is. Let me just say something there. It really is. Like, if you guys are ever in Canada and in Calgary specifically, Shoebox Games has amazing prices when it comes to Gunpla. Like, for real. And plus, the atmosphere, the ambience in that whole place is just, it's great. And it's really, like, cozy. If that's the way to explain it. It's just cozy. But the prices are just nice, cozy. Dude. Yeah.
So, can I say...
You're trying to sleep.
So can I say that is all these thanks to the Gunpla community stuff? Did you guys like influence them into all this, or
a little bit too? Yeah. I feel like the guys at that works at Shoe was already dabbing into the whole Gunpla idea, but just trying to see where the interest lies, right? Because typically we know the genre of building Gunpla and Gundam in general, any model kits. A lot of people do this at home. Right?
Yeah.
Where's the interest really, right? Where does it lie? And it's like, is it like something you could put as a destination? That's probably something they could answer in the future. Who knows? But I'm just looking at the post here. Yeah, that's our lovely esteemed little group that was about a year ago.
Yeah. So that picture was the first meetup we had. When we became admins, the previous admin at the time, his name was Daniel. After I created that logo, I guess Derrick kind of just said like, hey, I'm willing to take over that position. Those two ended up talking, and somehow now we're just both admins.
So just to sum up, a lot of the little conversation was between the previous admin and myself was the fact is like, what do you have planned for the community? What do you have planned ideally for taking it over? So then I told him in a very lengthy chat on Facebook Messenger.
It's a very lengthy message
saying that I want the community. Yeah, I was very serious. I was adamant to the idea. Is like I asked Alina, "Do you trust me? Two of us can handle this." And I told him the dream idea is I want to build this community up. I want to host events. I want to gather all the builders together, all form, shapes, all different types of builds and culture, and put it together and bring it into Calgary, right? Something that is like I want to share our little family that we had from hanging out every other weekend to everyone.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's a really good thing to do. It's a really, really awesome thing that you guys are doing there. Seriously.
Yeah.
Because when first Jess was the one who sent me all the pictures of you guys meeting up and stuff like that. And the way I see it's like, dude, I wish I have something like that too, man. I wish I have something like that too. So I mean, like, it's all very appreciative, to be honest, to have like a community where you belong. Building Gunplas and customizing Gunplas can be really lonely as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing that you do alone at home.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
and that's sort of something I do understand is like a lot of people do a lot of building at their own time at home and all. It's like it's good if you feel like you want to have your own personal space, you want to do it, that's great. But then it's like I try to do an outreach where people can come out, they can choose to come out or not, they don't have to. They can come out and join the gang, and can build, not build, they can chat all about Mecca, Gunpla, anything. Or they can, just be in the atmosphere. They can sit like in the picture here, you got people that's sitting there are little groups everywhere, or you can sit on your own on one side and just bask in the atmosphere, being in a place where you're near all other builders, see what other people are doing and building, and you're in a comfortable store setting where you can also buy supplies.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, because like even when I go there, I barely ever build. Like I take out my kit. There is. Yeah, there is a little cafe. Yeah, you guys can buy snacks and stuff, but. And like she was saying, like you don't have to necessarily build, right? That's how open it is. Because like I'm telling you, like whenever I go, I always take a kit to supposedly build, and I only cut out like 2 pieces, and then I'm just chatting there.
That's literally me all the time.
And just walking around taking pictures of their build.
I would cut nothing out. I'd just be scared to lose something.
Yeah, that picture doesn't show, but they have a dark carpet. It's like polycap gray. So you drop a dark piece down there, you might as well say it's gone.
But do you know what? I'll say this.
Get everyone to get their phones and help you look for the piece.
That's what happens. Everyone drops their stuff and just drops to the floor being like, where's this goddamn piece?
But do you know what? That's what I love about our is that when someone drops a piece, everybody
everyone drops everything and drops their floor
and grabs their flashlight out and starts digging on the floor.
Jess has seen it where everyone just drops what they're doing and just phone under the table like, let's go.
You guys have a vacuum with the little filter on it. Just have it there.
Oh my god!
Just in case.
We should have just done that. I don't know why we didn't.
Just clean shoebox games for them.
Yeah,
not that it's
they're vacuuming.
Added bonus to have it.
It's fine.
Great idea.
So essentially, like after we became admins, we started doing a lot of things that we thought would be necessary. For example, the business cards that we made, so that if we were to go to like any events, we'd have cards to show people. So this is the logo that I actually made for fun. It was even made in PowerPoint.
Yeah. I like the runner, man. I like the runner idea. 20 seconds. Really smart.
Yeah. So there's so that was the front, and I just did it literally in PowerPoint because I literally had no other software. But this was a really nice. I thought this was a really good logo, and Derrick loved it, which is kind of what triggered the admin idea. And then we have our little one on the back, which has our socials and a business email because we didn't know if we needed one, so we made one anyway.
Made it official.
Yeah, go to their Facebook page and like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Facebook, we got Instagram, and we got our email.
Oh, I didn't follow you guys on your community page. I'll go follow y'all now.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah,
yay,
dude.
thank you.
If I don't do it now, I'm gonna forget. So that's why I'm one of those.
And that's Chris. Man, it's just I'm just looking at these pictures and I wish that the virus thing wasn't happening, right?
Yeah, and you just feel so sad because you're like, you want everyone to be there.
Yeah, because that's what that's what every second Sunday is, right? It's like, oh yeah, because I mean, to the audience, I just met them in February, right? We just met in February back in Model
Yeah.
Mania, and I didn't even know this community existed because I never really asked around. But ever since I joined, that's literally the thing I look forward the most every second week, right? Because it's like, oh man, I'm gonna get to go hang out with people who are into my hobby and people who are veterans, like legit veterans who know how to build and do way more things than I do. And, I can learn from these people, right? And just
Yeah.
even have a chat about anything stupid. It's super fun.
Yeah.
And talk about veterans and all. We're not expecting in our group to be
Pros.
a pro top tier super
We are not
builders.
looking for GBWC level people. We're not looking into those type of people. We want to.
But
You looked at them for your own
Come
benefit.
teach us, but-
You looked at them for your
So-
own benefit. But for the group, we highly encourage anyone of all levels. Like you can be someone that just straight builds to someone that enters into GBWC. Like we want it to be a community where all of that is accepted.
Yeah. And
thank God. If not, Chris wouldn't be able to join.
well, we have some close friends who love Macross, and you know what? You'll see some pictures
I
here.
love
Yeah.
I started. That was my first mecha. Anything I saw was Robotech, then Voltron.
Oh, you'll like some of the images then coming up then.
Yeah, so this was our first event that we made, was called the Mecha Appreciation Show. So we wanted this to kind of be a showcase of essentially all the people that build. We wanted to show people that were coming into Shoebox how big this community can be and the type of things you can do, because some people don't know what Gundam is, and then when they see pieces like this, I want them to be able to see that it's more than just a robot. It's more than just a suit that fights in space. For some, exactly. It's not just a transformer. It's, at least for me, it's where I can express art in a very weird way. For Derrick, it's this is nostalgia to him. So we want to be able to show different sides of this, you know?
Show every side.
Show every side, exactly.
Yeah.
We do have a couple pictures because we had a showcase table and an actual contest table. So the showcase table was a whole bunch of things like the bear guys or anything that they didn't want to put into the contest. And then we had the actual contest pieces where they were on that blue table. And it was essentially a contest where we told people you can bring as many models as you want. We have prizes, so bring in everything and we'll judge them.
It was over 20 in that picture.
Well,
there was only 16 people.
Oh, okay.
no, we have less than that, I think it was.
No, actually,
wasn't? Oh, okay.
I don't even remember.
But because it was the first time we ever did this, this, I think it was the very first time Calgary ever really did a sort of the mecha sort of show idea.
Yeah.
We decided to open up the floor instead of one per person sort of entry. We decided to say, do you know what? Let's all have a little festival of it. Let's all bring everything in. And let's all appreciate what we've done over the years.
Yeah.
And then show what everyone can get. We actually had a lot of kids coming by, and they were so cool saying,
yeah, a lot of kids were so happy. A lot of the kids were so happy.
Yeah, little kids are always looking at the robots and stuff. They're like, what is that? I've never seen them.
Yeah, exactly.
And during these contests we host, we actually give prize to and we do multi-category, which, to be honest, is something that I really worked hard and I'm really, really happy that I've done. Because a lot of these competitions out there, they sort of limit them into, top 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So for these, I did one for each category, top 1 for each category. So then if you're a fan of SD, high grades, real grades, master grades, or you're the elitist, you want to do a perfect grade, and even non-Gundam. I even did non-Gundam.
Oh, okay.
Because we wanted it to be accepting. So even though we call it the Gunpla community, we want it to be more than just Gunpla. So we accepted Frame Arms, we accepted Macross, we accepted Evangelion, we accepted the freaking space battleship Yamato if we could.
Yes,
Like,
we did.
With the really
we
big
don't
one?
want to keep it to just
Yes.
Gundam.
But doing that, that's the idea. We wanted to show is the community of modelers as
Mhm.
well, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I love the fact it's like you can see on you can see on the far right side, that's a SDF-1
Yeah.
across,
Mhm.
and then you see a Veritech fighter, and there's a plane there. I'm pretty sure that's a Veritech anyway.
Yeah.
But yes. But you know what? There's a little SD there too. So
Yeah.
I
it
didn't know the
doesn't
Macross is
matter.
that big. I've never seen one before.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that big either.
He bought really, really large kits, 148 scales, I believe they are.
148.
Yeah, I think they were
Oh, okay.
148.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay.
We're over
Yeah.
here
And
with
then-
100s and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
The scaling's a whole different toy.
So
And yeah,
then when we go into pricing, so we were really blessed that in the beginning when we were first adminning, we were able to get in contact with our quote unquote friend and sponsor to get us not just regular kits. I don't know if you can see in there. There's alternate colored kits. There's clear kits as well. So
Yep.
I got
they're
Okay.
not even just regular kits that you can buy in a store. Like these
Some
are the
premium
not
shit,
for
yeah.
retail, like special kits.
so like
Nice.
just a little bit more fact about it. What's on the table there? This is proud sponsors from our local stores and also outside town too. And on top of it, I have to say, Plamod, who is
Yeah.
a single distributor of all of Canada
wow.
for Bandai.
So for people that don't know what Plamod is, in the US, you have places like Bluefin. You have Bluefin and you have Bandai Namco. Plamod is the Canadian counterpart. Plamod is our Canadian Bandai distributor. So while you in the US you guys have Bluefin, we have Plamod. So the
Okay.
fact that he's been able to send this stuff to us we've been so grateful
Yeah, that's
for
amazing.
everything that he's helped us
I would
with.
have stole like 3 of those kits. Oh, we got 5 kits, guys. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
But no,
You guys
it's,
even got
it's
Transformers
one of
in
those
there,
things
too.
that we want to give back to community. And actually,
of course.
that entire show that we did,
Mhm.
there was no cost in entry at all.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
zero cost. There was
Wow.
zero cost to anything, except
That's
for like
really
$4
good.
for the tablecloth. But that was pretty much
Yeah,
it.
that's
Like we didn't pay
fine.
for anything else.
That's little
Like
things.
everything else was just given to us. So
But-
we were so grateful for that.
Oh,
So
nice.
continuing on,
We do have the next show that we did because apparently we were keeners. That Mecha Appreciation Show was in August. This was in September. So literally in the next 3 weeks, we were gonna do this as well.
Mhm.
So we apparently were just keeners and wanted to do an event every month. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. We burnt ourselves out so fast.
It was a
But this was it was commitment. The Comic and Toy Expo, aka Red and White. So this was a small expo being held at one of the stadiums in Calgary, and they mostly did like Marvel figures, comic books, that sort of thing. And we talked to them and said like, hey, like, would we be able to do a contest there? And he said, as long as we paid for our tables, why not? So
Oh, nice.
we paid what, 150 for our tables?
sure, let's go with that.
Sure, 150 for our tables. And we essentially said like, hey, we're doing a contest, one entry person. We're gonna do judging and there's prizing. And there were actually already 1 or 2 Gunpla vendors already in that show. So we asked them if they wanted to sponsor a kit for their choice as well.
Okay.
And that turned out really great
Let's go down. There it goes.
to some of the entries. And the fun fact is that some of these entries were actually supposed to be for GBWC. One of these
nice.
entries was supposed to be sent to GBWC. So that was really great. So in the end, we had 24 entries.
Yeah.
And that was for 1 per person. Compared to our last event where you had sorry, I blanked out. Unlike the last event where you could do as many as you wanted, this was strictly 1 per person. So when it was 1 per person, we got to really see how big that community was. And we had people that didn't, but from word of mouth, they just brought in their kits. So it was really nice to see.
There's a lot of fun memories doing that. Actually, that show, there was a lot of interaction. A lot of people walked by, and there was happiness to see some people that say that they never think that something like that would happen in Calgary, where you have a little local community and and it was really cool to actually it made me feel really happy that time that we took it on during September there.
Man,
Yes.
I wish I knew about this.
Just
I haven't even started
True.
building.
Yep. Yeah.
So-
I guess that's right. We have
So to
only
those
been
who
doing
are
this.
watching,
sorry, go ahead.
like, so to those who are watching this and who will be watching this, if you guys if you guys don't have a community back home, like locally, then probably you guys can start small, gather a couple of friends, try to find someone with a similar interest. It doesn't really matter. You guys can take like Derrick and Alina's as an example. It doesn't really matter Gunpla or model planes or macross or any kind of things. As long as you guys are in the same field, probably start a small community. Then by doing so, I believe that there's a learning space and a lot of opportunities, I would say, that could be that could allow you to learn more, to gain more experience that will probably not only help you in your job or anything else, because I'm pretty sure you guys learn management skills, you learn how to communicate better, like set up business, stuff like that along
How to
the way,
respond
isn't it?
fast.
So exactly. So this kind of stuff, this is why we have like that Alina here today with us. They provide something other than buildings, something awesome.
The biggest thing is I find that it's the engagement of everyone, right?
Yeah.
You want
Yeah.
to be able to open up to everyone, and you really want to create that atmosphere where you're safe, right? It's
Yeah.
like
Yep.
that's one of the things is that I keep on hearing a lot of people are excited from our group, and I love our guys too much.
We love them so much. To take a quote out of Sean's group, take some word out of Sean's book. We're just a gigantic dysfunctional family. Like we love each other so much. We love this group so much, and a lot of them have become our closest friends.
That's great.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if for anyone who is starting up in a group, I will say there is time that it does get hard.
It will get hard, yeah.
And I'll say yes, you can get stressed out from it, but to be honest, take it by stride, and you work with your team of people you have.
Yeah.
You'll start to find the people in your community, and you build alongside of them. I always love the fact that there's lots and lots of people out there. We are not perfect any way possible.
No, not at all.
It's taking the time to get to know your community.
Yeah.
Will sort of help you along to build your group.
Yeah.
And helping them find their interests, talk to them. If you're not an extreme outgoing person, don't worry. The biggest icebreaker we have in our arsenal? It's our model kits.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I can put a bit of advice from my book, as a community group, remember what it's based on. It's your community. So make sure you listen to what they have to say as well. Because there's a lot of times where me and Derrick will do our own thing, but we also have to remember there's a group of people that have their own voices, and we want them to know that we listen. We want them to make sure that we're not just ignoring them and it's for the sake of us. We're doing this for the sake of everybody else.
Exactly.
So if that means getting suggestions on what type of events they want, improvements on the type of events that we're doing, meetups, and even tips and tricks on Gunpla as well. Like we want to be able to show them hey, we're listening and we want to be able to help you, because this is what a community is. We want to be able to help everyone and make sure everyone's included.
Come on there.
So are you guys so to the viewers out there, I'm probably just gonna ask this on behalf of them. If they are trying to start a small community as well by themselves, and if they have any problems or if they need any kind of advice, and they talk to you guys privately on Instagram?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Our Instagram messages are always open. If you guys need help, let us know. Go to our emails, message us on Instagram. We're always there to.
That's why we have the different contacts on there. So whichever way is comfortable for you. And I'm always great to get to know more of the different communities out there all over the world. I'm all cool with it because I know my counterparts up in Edmonton a bit. I miss those guys. And I also know guys out in BC, further out west from us here.
Yeah.
And
Very
they're all really
cool.
chill guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll
And
probably look for
I'm
you
cool with
guys.
Please do.
I'll probably
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Hey, Derrick, do you know how to do this? Exactly. Because I'm trying to start my own community as well. I mean, back when I go back to Malaysia. Currently, I'm in the Philippines. So when I get back by June, trying to start something that I can feel like where I belong, instead of like being in the studio, like keep on working and working. Sometimes it's really good to provide some kind of values to other people, and then in return we get something else. Like everybody has their own skill sets, so it would be a really nice exchange going, you know.
I mean, I forgot to put the photos in there, but a really nice event, if you guys want to do any sort of group thing, one of my favorite events is a Gunpla gift exchange.
Oh yeah.
So we've done a Christmas Gunpla gift exchange 3 years in a row, and it's been one of our biggest turnouts, and we've had some of the best fun we've ever had. Because we first did it with I think we did it with real grades the first year.
Yes.
Then we did SDs the second year.
Yes.
So you just
And then we did high grades. We did high grades for 2019.
Yep.
And it's been some of the most fun we've ever had. It's amazing.
But
I guess I don't have the photos here.
We preset, like, say for example, there it goes. There's a photo there. So there's like the facts of what we did was we actually told them the limit, sort of the ballpark area. Try keep it in that niche area. It could be like, you know, for SDs, it's really simple. Keep it around the $15-10 mark. But then if you go for a real grade, let's try to keep it, you know, let's not go crazy above like the $40 mark or $35. And then everyone brings one wrapped, and then we play a little game. Every year, it seems like we mess it up even a little bit more.
Every time, but that's fine.
And we basically pass the box, or we do random hat draw, and people could try to steal the present, trade a present.
Oh, nice! Like The Office.
Exactly.
Nice. Literally.
And you don't know what you get.
My favorite part was because it was a high grade. We had to make sure we had to say specifically what type of high grade, because there was a running joke that pisses off Derrick every single time that someone was gonna bring a high grade Neo Zong. And for people that don't know, the high grade Neo Zong's like the size of a toddler.
Yeah, it's huge.
And you can tell Derrick's angry. Derrick's angry. Or someone also said a high grade Dendrobium.
So
and they're like, "Hey Derrick, can I bring this to the gift exchange?" And then Derrick just got mad every time.
So no premium Bandai kids, no perfect grade.
Penelope is
you should pick an anime. Only
Penelope's a high grade as well.
Yeah, Penelope's a high grade, which I own, by the way.
No Psycho Gundams, no Penelope. Like the list goes
full
on
armor?
like a page. No full armor. No C-pack. No.
Oh my god.
I think quick thing. I think Paul is in the chat actually.
Ooh, Paul's in the chat.
Hi, Paul.
Paul's one of our longtime members. We love the guy. We love you, buddy.
Paul. Paul is one of the nicest. He's the reason I have my airbrush. You know, he gave me the dual gun, and he's always
nice,
so, hey,
Paul.
Peace.
Thank you, Paul, for hooking up my brother.
Episode, the guys also said thank you. You know, hook this guy up, dude. Paul's the best. I hope we get him on the show because he works with wrestling kids. So
after the gift exchange, we had one more big project until this situation happened, but we had the Universal Decade Big Build project. So we wanted to use this as a way to say, we know you guys have had big kits and have been scared to like start them or like don't know how to pursue them. We want there to be an avenue to be like, get your big kits. It's a new decade. Let's do this. So we wanted to be an open invitation to say like, yo, let's do this big build. It's gonna be great. And we wanted to get it done by May for an event that's now sadly canceled. But hey, we now have a full year for people to build any big kit that they want. And I wanted to be sure that big doesn't mean perfect grade. A big kit can be, for some people, maybe it's a master grade, because some people might have never done a master grade. It could be a perfect grade if they wanted to. It could be a resin kit. It could just be a huge high grade. We just wanted, because it's such a big year, big kits is the way to go.
That's our little avenue. We tried
it was a big year.
We try to keep the community engaged in a lot of ways. It doesn't have to be direct. Like this is something you can simply do. Like I don't ask every person to buy a huge kit. You don't have to do it.
We know people don't have money because we don't.
You know what? We all know somewhere in your back, like there's that one kit that you're really afraid to touch because it's humongous or it's daunting to build.
Like Derrick's perfect grade.
Yeah, like the grade, dude. Like the red frame.
Well, I don't. I'm running out of kits.
One less.
Oh man.
Come over here. I got to share.
I remember when Justin started building master grades actually, because he was just doing real grades. Your first master grade was the Barbatos, right? Master grade?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good master grade to get into master grades.
Cool.
That's like the best master grade.
It was so cool.
He got the nicest one.
But I've only owned like 2 master grades so far, which is the Barbatos and the Fast. That's it.
Oh, the Fast. Oh my god.
Paul's got that one too. Paul's probably gonna make that. He's gonna pimp that one out too. But
yep. I'm working on the Fast right now, and it's giving me a hard time because of the details that goes into that kit is no joke. It's really no joke.
And speaking of details, we have over here some pictures of the Nightingale. I don't know if we have them up.
Yep.
We do have them. Yeah.
Yeah. So this Nightingale, this is the first time I see this, guys. I've seen him. I think you've shown me like a picture before. That's kind of like.
Yeah. So this is the actual pictures so the story about this Nightingale specifically was because when the cross silhouette Nightingale came out, because of the word nightingale, I was thinking of a Japanese nightingale, like the bird. So I put in cherry blossoms and the nightingale to create the nightingale. Because at that time, I thought I wasn't creative enough. But that was the SD nightingale. And I told myself, if I was able to get the 1/100, I would make the exact same thing. Derrick, being the lovely boyfriend that he is, surprised me with the 1/100. He surprised me with the 1/100 to be like,
I want
you wanted to do this? Let's make it come true for you.
Exactly. I want to.
Yo, Justin, get me a Nightingale, dude.
Hey, Derrick,
unfortunately.
Okay, but let's go for taco.
Oh my god. Unfortunately, what's up?
The Nightingale, because so for those who are looking at the pictures right now on the chat, those the blossoms right there, those are not water decals or anything, right?
Yeah, those are all hand painted. They're all hand painted cherry blossoms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, around
there are some other photos as well.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Because I saw her on Model Mania hand painted like blossoms on another kid that you had on there. I forgot which one it was specifically.
That would be the Epion.
Oh yeah, the Epion.
It was the Epion. Yeah.
That was handmade stencils.
Yeah, she's really good at doing all that stuff. Look at this Nightingale. Holy shit.
Yeah, so this Nightingale is my freaking pride and joy. So when I slowly started from the ground up painting this Nightingale, painting it all black, getting all the red and white paint that I had to make cherry blossoms. I don't have close-up photos, but I do have small birds like on the actual kit, so there'd be small nightingales depending on where you looked at it. And these photos were taken in Edmonton because we were invited out to Anima. And we were, so I took the pictures in Edmonton and I posted them up to send to GBWC. Spoiler alert, I didn't win, but that's fine. I'm not bitter.
It's a winner in my book.
It's fine.
It's a winner for me too.
It's not really about winning.
Exactly.
It's experience.
Yep.
It's experience.
Her specialty is all about hand painting.
The tall geese as well as the
Epion. So the tall geese and Epion, yes. So those were also painted by me as well. So the roses on the tall geese were hand painted, and then the Epion stenciled.
This was at Model Mania, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the ones I saw. Now, before we keep going, we have Kevin.
Asking a question.
He says, "Bravo, you come from a miniature painting background." He's asking you, Alina.
No, I do not. I did not paint miniatures. He paints miniatures because he plays Warhammer, but I don't paint miniatures.
Ooh, we were talking about Warhammer a long time ago. Crazy talented. That's what I mean. Like those little tiny things. God damn.
I know. And Oh, airbrush is one thing about being base coat, but to do the details, you have to get a lot of different finer brushes to actually do. And she took all my fine brushes I got to do that nightingale and all those. My entire Citadel paint set, it's all hers now.
It's now all for me.
That's what being a lovely boyfriend is, right? Just
That's
giving
what happens,
all
man.
your.
Yes.
Oh man, I wish I had a boyfriend. I'm gonna say that again. I don't care.
That's, if you have more like anything about her, like her hand, like painting and everything, go follow her.
Yeah, Alina
Yeah.
is.
Anybody that has questions, put it in the chat or Instagram DM me. I will gladly answer any questions in the best of my ability.
Plus,
Best
Alina's
of my
always
ability.
Online.
Yeah.
Alina's always online. Derrick sometimes, but
sorry.
Alina, you message her immediately, and she's like, "What up, yo?"
Yeah.
I'm just here.
So Ryan from the live chat just asked like probably a question for Alina. It's like, how do you get started in custom painting models? Like probably referring to your hand painting.
So
What is your process?
So how I got started in custom painting. So when I'm a very artsy person, like outside of the Gundam sphere. So when I started getting into Gundams, I already had the mindset of I didn't want it to just be a straight build. I didn't want to just panel line. I didn't want to just paint it in a similar color.
No stock.
Because that's boring. That's just building it out of the box. Anybody could do that. My mentality
no
was
stock.
my mentality was essentially I wanted to blow people's minds. I wanted it to be something different. And for me to make something different, at least for me, it was painting. It was painting small details. It was having different concepts for things. So if anyone remembers from last week, my crossbone, it was the same thing where I didn't want just a crossbone. I thought this is like pirates. It's like a mimic from D&D. Let's make it a treasure chest and make it wood. So for me, I was already set in the mindset of I want to be different from everybody else. So I didn't want to just take this one color and change it. I wanted to just blow it out of the water.
So Ryan is saying if what you're basically implying is, does he need to learn how to?
No, you don't.
Yes. Okay. So
I don't want to discourage anyone. So no.
Debate between the couple.
Learn to paint.
Fight.
So
fight.
the
Let's
trick
go.
about the learning to paint is just learning a couple of the small techniques. You don't have to necessarily learn like a whole art class.
No.
That's not what we're asking.
No.
The trick about the techniques is that depending on the type of paint you're using, there's a different style to use with your brushes. Otherwise, it could become really watery or it could blotch.
And also, patience.
Layers.
Don't rush anything.
Yeah.
You rush it and you're gonna hate it later.
This is where I love about the group and community is that if you don't have any local, you can always reach out. We're all over the web. I love these guys here. They are very informative and they're teaching lots of new things every day. And who knows? Hey, next topic, right? Maybe.
Yay.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then there's Derrick's bear guy, which that's actually a really sweet story. If you want to actually,
yes. Story.
would you like to
So
talk? Because I'm done talking.
Okay. So quick story to it. These three. This is my specialty. Is I do full airbrush / paint can painting. Basically, I do like that 8-step sanding process for all my model kits. So there's not a single little nub left on there. And then I overcoat it and then I finish it with the final last coat. These three was actually my first gift for meeting Alina when we first started seeing each other.
Awesome.
It was something that lasts a lot longer than flowers. Sorry, guys, but I thought it's something really cool and geeky, and and that's why we've been dating now for about 5 years, and that's one of those things that I put a lot of effort into making and do a whole different color and design.
Mhm.
to
Look
make
really nice.
Thank you.
But so how did she get these?
Yeah, how did you present it to her?
Could you please explain that to us?
So we were.
Would you like me to explain it instead?
It's really embarrassing. I'm actually in my because I'm wearing headphones.
So like me and Derek just started talking. So at the time we hadn't even met each other yet. Because we actually met online. So we talked for a few months. We talked for a few months because obviously we didn't want to just jump the gun and just meet right away. But during the
That's
2 or
dangerous.
3 months that we were talking, he was asking the simple questions like, "What's your favorite colors?" and like, "What were the things you like to do?"
Ooh, sneaky.
And with
No,
the colors that I said, he created these and gave them to me in a box when we first met.
Basically, I had these all wrapped up in a box, and then after we met and parked the car and all that, I decided, like, I think we had breakfast, dim sum, and all that stuff. I presented her these 3.
Yeah.
And
wow.
so, like,
Now I wish
What
I
are the
had a
colors?
boyfriend for real.
What are the
So-
3 colors?
So baby blue, pearlescent pink, and pearlescent purple, which doesn't really look purple in that picture.
No,
But it said purple. It said purple on the can, so I'll take that as it is.
Fake
Okay.
It's just a light, it's a very, very light purple.
It's like a light periwinkle. Good
they're,
enough.
they're gorgeous. Yeah, that's cute. I wish Derek would paint me something and present it to me after breakfast. You know?
Hey, Derek, how you doing?
Derek,
love you guys.
Derek,
You're gonna steal
Derek,
Derek.
I
got
steal
my
Derek, dude.
passport,
There's-
so you know.
Derek, I
It's
want one
fine.
too, Derek. Derek, I don't mind. I don't mind a paint. I don't mind a painted PG.
God damn. All right,
Oh my
guys.
God.
Thank you very
I'll
much.
remember.
Of course.
Thank you
Alright,
very much. for
I
that
like
wonderful
black and silver.
God damn. No, so basically, to people who are joining us, you guys just missed a whole like 50 minutes of the the
Okay.
story of what's it called, of the Calgary Gunpla community.
Turn it up.
Anybody out there is trying to make a community, like, because that's what we're trying to do here, right? And it's on our website. We're trying to become a hub for you guys to come in and hang out every Friday, even if it's online, right? Especially in these, in these times, especially like now. And I don't mean to bring up the whole ordeal again, but right now, I think that's one of the forgotten things of modeling in general, and Gunpla for me specifically, because that's what I build. It's how this whole, like, if it wasn't for this hobby, I wouldn't know who Justin is. I would have never met him. He's in the freaking Philippines. I would have never met Chris. He's in Atlanta. Right.
Yep.
And look at us here, all us 3, and then we have Derek and Alina who are in where I live. But even then, I wouldn't have met them if it wasn't for this, right?
You
So-
never even went to the place.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is just this whole, like, this whole hobby brings people together, and that's what I really want people to understand. Like, it's not about being alone. If you want to be alone, that's fine. Everybody has their preferences, but you're never really alone. There's always people. And Instagram, for me, people have always been really nice. Even on Reddit, the Gunpla subreddit. The
Oh,
Gundam
yeah.
subreddit, people are so freaking
Yeah,
nice.
I'm on there right now.
Yeah, like, just
What
I
is
don't wanna
Reddit?
give out-
I'm old.
Yeah,
I don't
just-
know what that is.
yeah, just a lot of people in the hobby, even people who do military and stuff. They're just it's an amazing. So thank you very much, Alina and Derek, for that story and for everything that you guys have shared with us today.
Oh.
But I
Yeah,
think
thank
it
you
is
for coming
time,
on.
guys.
We really appreciate it.
I think
You're
it is
welcome.
time.
Thanks for having
guys
us. Like,
can
this was
see-
actually really cool.
It's really fun, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah, is that
It's really
wrong?
fun.
Wait, no, wait. It's my turn. No, wait.
It is
Wait, are
time.
we doing this now? Okay, cool.
Yes.
We're doing this now.
Chat, if you're out there
Gundam
with
style.
with some cool sunglasses, some shades, put them on right now and enjoy the next piece, the next segment we have for you prepared. It's time for some Gundam lore. And so, according
Gundam
to
lore.
before I begin, and according to Alina, Derek is just very knowledgeable on Gundam lore too. So he's gonna help me today.
I
So,
consider him my Gundam encyclopedia.
So if you guys, Derek, if you want to jump in and just piggyback on anything I'm saying, go for it. All right. So this week we're talking about none other than Char, right? Char. If the glasses didn't give it away, guys, we're talking about Char. So Char, right? So who is Char? Everybody knows who Char is? That's the thing. I shouldn't even ask. Like, if you don't know who Char is and you're into
I'm sorry, but I
Gunpla,
didn't know.
you're living under a
He
rock.
used to hate Char, remember?
Yeah, he used to hate the Sasabi, but all right, that's another story. That's another story.
Legendary red comet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So who is Char? So Char, unlike last week we talked about Amuro, right? Amuro
Mhm.
Ray. Char is his counterpart,
The
right?
Mexican boy.
He's the Mexican boy. You got the longtime rival of Amuro, which is Char. And Char is by far, in my opinion, the coolest character. He's the coolest character. As much as I love Iron Blooded Orphans and Mikasuki and the whole Tekkadan and everything, just Char steals my heart. All right.
Char's the best, bro.
Yeah, Char's the best. So
He's our
Char
Darth Vader.
Aznable, right? He is by far the most notable character in the UC timeline of Gundam alongside Amuro, right? I would go as far as to say that he is more recognizable than Amuro. It is, of course, Caspal, right? Better known as Char Aznable. For those who watch the series, right, he is known as the Red Comet, right? Red being like a staple, hence the red right here. Y'all see the red, right? We got the red going. We got the red cap over there with Chris, right? And it's a good thing we touched on the color red. So red, the defining characteristic of Char, along with its blonde hair and mask, right? We have some pictures for you guys here. If you guys don't know him, you guys have been living under a rock. And if it wasn't, we even got Char clones and stuff in the show, right? He's charismatic and charming. I don't know if that reminds you of anyone. He's charismatic and charming.
Justin.
And that's it. Of course, Justin. He isn't he charismatic? Like, okay,
He is a very charismatic and people follow him, especially during the Neo-Zong War. Like his persona drives so many people to follow him, especially even in the Origins. Like if you ever watch it, do you notice how many students start following him? How he believes and follows that way.
Yeah, I mean he's got that flow. The way he talks, the way he's just this guy with so much confidence. I think that's one of the defining characters of not even just Char, but if you're somebody who's considered charismatic or charming, you have a certain self-confidence, right? And Char is able to just emit and radiate confidence, right? So, so he's very unlike Amuro, right? Because Amuro is this very shy guy in the beginning. He's not even shy. He's just this normal antisocial kid, right?
Mexico.
But you got Char over here who's like he's super cool. He's got his blonde hair, right? He's got his shades. He's got his blue eyes. He's got the mask. And above all else, right? Char is considered by many as an astute pilot. Like, he's an amazing pilot. Like I cannot even just say how. Like, okay, we talked about Amuro. Okay, cool, whatever. But the thing is, Amuro, he's on a Gundam, right? He's on a Gundam frame.
Mm-hmm.
What does Char use in the beginning, right? What is he driving?
I don't know.
What is he flying around?
Zaku,
Can you please tell us? Can you please tell us, Derrick? I know you want to say something, Derrick.
Okay. It's actually a modified mass production Zaku. Okay. And to be honest, he made it legendary because he's the first guy to actually decide to increase the thrust so greatly that technically could have almost detonated his mobile suit the moment he flies it. But he's only... Yeah. He's pushed the thruster so far that literally everything turns red into itself.
Yep, and that's the part, right? The red comet, you see him whistling around in space. You don't even see him. See the streak, this red streak, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the most important things of Char, right? Is to understand that he is an amazing pilot. That's why a lot of people like him. He doesn't necessarily need superior technology to get ahead with his suit. So we talked about RX-78 too back in the first episode. We talked about Amuro Ray last episode. And we talked about how, it's the Gundam frame and this new technology. But you got a mobile suit, a Saku, a modified version. That's it, right? There's really nothing else to it. So it's only... So most of the time in the show, right, Amuro is beating Char, right? And Char is also this guy who has this really big, like, revenge and, like kind of like character, right? Is that okay, Derrick, if I say it like that? Like, he holds grudges.
He basically, for himself, entire family, like if we go back to his original, funny enough, origin of Gundam and all, and especially the whole entire Char series, is like his entire family got murdered. His entire day one was about actually trying to get revenge. that entire series all the way till now, to the very end of him, all those still leading up was still going back to the same revenge.
Yeah, because he hates the Sabi, right? The Sabi family.
The Sabi family, you know, they all like plotted to murder his father, and then basically pushed his own mother to death, and try to hunt them down while they were growing up. And to be honest, going back to when you say about how Amuro, he's very adolescent. Char, he grew up fast. He was forcefully has to grow up fast. He couldn't lax back. He was trying to get assassinated. He was protecting his sister.
Yep.
Yeah, he had to move fast.
Yeah, he was he had to grow up really fast, and I think that's an important thing to talk about also, because this is one of the reasons he has this mature way of thinking. He's very extremist, right? Because he really is, right? A lot of people would go even to say like it's very Nazi like the way he looks at the way he looks at things, because he does believe in superior. He doesn't care about Earth, right? You know, we know this much, right? Because he really believes that Earth and space should be different things. Yes.
Yes. He actually believed, just as the rest of the family, that the space noids were actually more.
Yeah, they're more evolved.
And the idea is that the separatists, sort of like the horrible way it sounds, his entire facade was he was actually like make it look like he's always, you know, for the colonies and all, but it's always in his back plan. It's always for the revenge.
Yeah. So he hides his cause because of his revenge, right? The grudge that he holds. And honestly, like when you first hear about him, you're like, oh, this guy's an asshole. But he's not, right? He's really not, because if you guys have you guys ever seen Origins? Like, I don't know if the chat has seen Origins.
Oh, yeah.
The Origins just gives you an amazing outlook and backdrop, you know, on who he is and why he is the way he is. And then you're like, oh God, I understand this guy. Like, you know, 100%. Like his mom, his dad, you know, and his sister. I mean, he wasn't able to see his sister for a long time, right?
Let me ask you this: why does he wear the mask?
So the plot story, you know, Char, you know, that's his alias, right?
Yes.
There's a reason. If you guys want to definitely watch Origins, it's a great, amazing TV series for this, and it explains a lot more. But the reason for the mask itself, he found his doppelganger, Force A, who's actually identical to him, and his actual name is Char. But the only difference between the two of them, just the eyes, the eye colors. Okay. So he stole his identity and started taking on the name Char instead of Castable. And basically from there on, he found the great excuse. He always wears sunglasses. And then eventually he wore this type of sports mask. They call it a space type or a sports mask.
It's almost like an NBA mask. You seen the NBA mask? Mm-hmm. They have like the little clears.
Yep.
And that's the entire facade about why he. There's nothing really wrong with him. It's just the idea is or anyone who recognizes the actual real Char would know.
Yeah, and if you guys, well, I don't want to spoil Origins, but yeah, I mean, it's been out for a long time. But in Origins, he gets found out because of his eyes. And
many times
he starts using the mask, but he has this way of speaking to people, to getting them on his side, right? Or for the revenge. First, it's the Sabi family, right? Going after them. Then it's Amuro, right? Because Amuro starts beating him. He's like, nah. Well, let's. I mean, something did happen. It wasn't Amuro specifically who wanted this to happen. It wasn't the outcome he was looking for, right? Because he killed Lala, right? I mean, he didn't. It was unintentional, right?
The reason, love interest.
His love interest, right? You know, because Char has a love interest. For as much as he is an extremist, he loves, you know, Lala, and she died, and so he's like, well, time to go after Amuro, and he completely forgets about the Sabi family, and he's like, oh, Amuro.
Why does he go after Amuro?
Well, because of Amuro, Lala died, right? It was unintentional. Right. He didn't do it. He didn't go up to her and kill her, you know. But this is why he starts looking for him even more. I mean, he's also a guy who likes to push himself and see his limits. And it's only up until Char's counterattack that we're able to see the two pilots fight at the same level, right? With the suits, right? Oh, yeah. I feel like Derrick's trying to add something here. Derrick, come on.
And there's a go be like in between
The Zeta?
actual Gundam, there's also Zeta. They're in that entire series. They actually met back and they actually grew up a little bit. That's where he started going with the whole long hair and the sunglasses again. And actually at one point, Amuro and Char, they were actually like in good, better terms.
Yeah, they were okay with each other.
They were actually way better.
We're okay for
actually understand that the whole world of the colony, like he was giving it a chance at that point, because at that point there's that little spot where after the whole Gundam series fight and the 100-Year War sort of ended, and then the Zeta series sort of happened. You know what? Char had his revenge technically against the Zombies. Technically, spoiler alert. But
spoilers
guys.
for me, I haven't watched.
But the fact is, like,
anything.
like everything, like it builds back up again and gets angry during that entire series, and that's what lit his entire series back, and that's why there's a Char's counterattack, because the zombie family rose up again, and then it started this entire fight. And then he had to take it in his own power to say, "Do you know what? We have to end this."
Yep.
And
that's it. I mean, Char's just. I mean, guys, if you guys haven't seen the original, if you guys haven't seen Origins, just Origins. You don't even have to go as far as to watch everything else. You can if you want to, but I in my opinion, watch Origins, right? Because Char is definitely the most iconic. I feel the red color is his. You have the Saku, you have the Sasabi, which actually somewhere told me, I think it was Sean who told me that, and I didn't know this. The Nightingale, we never see it in the anime, right? It's actually in the manga.
Yes, there's actually alternate versions of basically Gundam. A High V is in the manga. That's the ones with the funnels as wings, basically, and then the Nightingale, which is the alternate of the Sasabi. And there's actually quite a few different funny things about the reasons why the guys who animated couldn't animate the Nightingale into the movie.
I mean, have you seen the Nightingale? It's ridiculous.
Well, that's the thing. It's because
dummy.
It's
huge. Dummy thick.
It's
literally dummy thick.
It really is. But yeah, guys. So anyway, Char, just like Amuro, end up disappearing. After what's it called? The Char's counterattack, right?
Yeah, after a counterattack, I believe.
After that, he sort of disappeared. He leaves in life.
Yeah.
Probably retired in Cayman Island or something.
Probably. I mean, I don't think he'd go to Earth to retire, though. Char be
so
like,
if
nope.
you could have one of the suits, which one would you have?
Ooh.
If you could pick which one, like which suit would you have?
You guys know my answer.
Choose the Nightingale.
Yeah. And then she's gonna draw on them, like literally draw, like in the cockpit.
And which one is the strongest? Do you think of all of them?
The strongest?
Yeah, like which one is the strongest suit? Actually,
I think of Char himself. I think the Sasabi because of the.
Yeah.
I would say.
Fun little.
I would say Sasabi
tech
too.
news. You know the Neo Zong?
Uh-huh.
Do you know who designed it?
No, I do not.
It was Amuro, right? No.
Char
that was
Aznavour.
Oh, really?
He designed the cycle frame for it.
Oh,
wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fun facts.
Fun facts.
Derrick, you're just gonna be a guy who comes in.
Everybody learned something today.
Gundam lore with Derrick.
Yeah.
Gundam lore.
If you want to find why hard, watch narrative.
Ooh, I haven't seen narrative. That's the thing I haven't.
Gundam info. Watch it.
I will.
There's your facts.
But yeah, guys. So that was Char. So Justin, which one would be your suit? Which one would you get?
Char's suit?
Yeah, which one?
I would literally take Sasabi all day long. Any day, anytime.
Okay. How about you, Derrick?
If I'm going off topic from the list, Neo Zong.
Oh my god. Of course you would.
To be honest, of course you do. There's two reasons, because the Neo Zong is different from some.
Yes.
It's not actually. Sanaju's not part of the Neo Zong. Neo Zong is its own, actually.
Yeah.
I would choose the original. I think I'd choose his original song. Because it's so iconic, right?
It
There's
is
a
very
reason.
iconic.
It's really, it's just like you don't see any other red Zaku's that are not, with char, and that's his, right? As long, even though the Sasabi is also very unique because it's one of the best, if not one of the, not the best design. It
My
is.
Sasabi will crush a Zaku just like that.
But I mean, I would
Maybe
just
you're
keep it. We're not
gone.
talking about fighting with it. I would just hide it and wear
Oh.
these glasses alongside me.
Oh.
What up? I'm Char. I'm dark hair
Right.
Char.
No, I'm just saying that if it's really real life and I'm piloting a Zaku and piloting a Zaku, I'll be like, I would step on you and I probably won't realize.
Oh,
it.
God.
Oh shit! Oh, there you go, Jess. Oh wow, hey, Jess. Oh, bye, Jess.
I feel like Derrick would beat the Sasabi though. With how he's.
I think I will win.
Yeah. So there you
Max,
go. Thank you,
I'll
Derrick,
make
for coming
friends.
in and helping me out.
I'll be friends with Derek, and we'll form a community together somehow.
We will take
God.
over.
Just take over. All right, guys. But anyway, that was Char. Took out the glasses. I'm gonna keep them on. I feel like I look good with them. So now I'm
You
kidding.
do.
I'm gonna take them off.
I couldn't see
know.
my screen. I had to take them off.
No, I can see my screen.
Dark
But
in
anyway,
here.
guys, put in the chat what do you guys want to, hear about? Because I got an encyclopedia who I can ask more information about over there, Derrick. Thank you very much, Derrick, for coming in. And guys, if you, like I said, watch Origins, watch whatever. Char is one of the best. So thank you very much.
Derek's recommendation while whispering is narrative. So
Yes.
it must be good. It must be really good.
I enjoyed it. To be honest, a lot of people don't, but I do. Oh.
I've never seen it. I'm gonna have to watch it. All right,
Gundam
guys.
info. Yeah.
All right, guys. So let's go on to questions real quick. Let's make this a quick one. So these are for Derrick and Alina. We're gonna do just a super fast round. Okay. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's go for it. You first.
Here we go. So number one, how did you get started? Real quick, how did you get started,
Through
Derrick?
him.
I started when I was about. I actually got my first kit from my relatives from Hong Kong, F90
Nice.
Moles. Gundam.
Wow.
Yeah, and I snapped the leg off really quickly as a
Very nice.
6-year-old.
Very nice.
Yeah, I tried to use a lighter. Bad idea.
Oh, isn't that the one you told us about your dad? Yeah, right.
Yes.
He tried
Yeah,
to
my
help you
dad.
out.
My dad did. Who did I look for inspiration? I looked for the community. My entire community gives me ideas every day, and I love the fact that even everyone online. His favorite
All
kit?
right, cool. What has been your favorite kit to build up until now before customization?
Before customization, oh god.
My favorite
That
kit
doesn't
before I
help.
started
Yeah,
customizing.
that like brought you in basically.
Yes. I would say I have a Pat Labor, a 148 scale Pat Labor kit. I built it straight pretty much. I didn't add anything else. It's a beautiful model. It had LEDs that came with it.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, okay.
Marvelous
cool.
kit.
All right.
Mhm.
Alina.
Okay, so started after him. When did I start after him? My first kit, SD Unicorn EX standard.
Ooh, nice.
Why did I choose a unicorn? I don't know. Who did I look for inspiration? The community and every single social media thing that exists. Like for inspiration, I'll go to Instagram, I'll go to Twitter, I'll go to Tumblr, I will go through the community. I will find any way to find some sort of inspiration.
And there's
Favorite
no
kit-
Pinterest on the list. What the hell?
No,
Pinterest.
don't throw Pinterest. Please don't do it.
I have never used Pinterest.
Thank you very much.
There's
Thank
a reason. When you use it, you're gonna be like, wow. Now I know why I don't use this.
Okay.
Favorite kit to build up until now before customization? There's only very few straight builds that I've done. And the only ones that I've actually done is the Amatsu Mina and the Stray Gold frames. Those
Real
ones
grade.
are, and they're real great, and those are gorgeous kits.
Fancy.
They're so
Alright.
good.
We're gonna have to look into that.
Favorite kit to customize? Nightingale. That's not even a question.
All right, you.
Mine's technically right now is my dual Gundam, which I will probably next month I'll post it online and show you some
Alright.
cool gimmicks on
Alright.
it.
That's the one I'm building. That one soon.
Yes.
I think it's gonna go in the backlog to the MG Dynamis.
Dynamic's
And-
so good, man.
I know, man. All right. So, what is the most difficult part of building and customizing a kit for you guys? Just real quick. What'd you wanna-
The most difficult part, I think, trying to look ahead to see how it will actually look by the end of the day.
All right.
For
I think that's
me,
basically impossible.
yeah,
Exactly.
I spent half a year just trying to figure out where to install magnets in in the kit.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
wow.
Was it the duel?
That's
Yeah, you had a tough time.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
duel,
you're
his
right,
duel
man.
Gundam
Right.
is amazing. Yeah, I saw that. It's a beautiful.
Oh, well, you guys have to check out this channel later on next.
Yes, please.
yeah.
All right,
Go
guys.
check him out.
Yeah, go check him out on his Instagram page.
Yeah,
Alina,
follow, like.
thank you so much
Mhm.
for answering the questions.
Of course.
Now we go on to. I think we should just go on to releases now.
Okay.
Talk about
Sure.
Gunpla
Let's
releases.
just
Yeah.
jump ahead.
Yeah, let's jump
All
ahead.
right.
So, floor is
Okay.
yours, Chris.
So number one is going to be it's not even Gunpla related, but kind of is the Real Great Eva.
Evangelion. Dun, 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 dun.
The engineering on this kit looks absolutely amazing.
Yep.
It looks so good.
I'm waiting for mine. I don't know when can I get it though. It's like
You didn't order with me one?
I don't know, man.
No, because
I'm
he's
not your
like
boyfriend,
Derrick.
so
He's a
Oh,
bad
exactly.
boyfriend. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
yeah.
you, Justin. But this kit, yeah, looks amazing. I mean,
It looks phenomenal.
I've read the reviews. I've seen the reviews, and it's just
Mhm.
amazing. It is
Mhm,
phenomenal. Like,
Would you guys buy that
Oh, it
little
is.
stationary base with it, or would you just get it separate?
I'll get the DS version.
oh, I'll get
without
the
doubt.
base. I mean, that's not even a question. Like, it's the base. Get the base
Yeah,
with
it's totally to me. I think it's worth it because you don't really see this kind of level of details on an RG, like especially on a non Gunpla kit.
Mhm.
That and
Yeah,
Ava
so-
01 is just it's iconic. Just like the RX-78 too. Everybody sees the Ava. They like know the Ava. It's different.
Mhm.
I feel like
Mhm.
I feel like without the base, it's not complete.
Yeah,
I feel like it needs the
Exactly,
base to be fully complete.
Yep. It does.
Exactly, because you need to charge it up. If not, it's not gonna move.
It did.
That is, hey, that's true. I have the Ava double, like the Dable.
Mhm.
Wait, give me a sec.
The high
the
grade
hip-
version.
Yeah, I like the hip joints in it too.
Mhm.
This
The
guy right
engineering
here.
of the hip
Nice.
joints.
Yeah, you see, it's not moving.
No, I haven't charged them up yet. I haven't charged them up, but here we go. I hope they bring out.
Exactly.
They are making the rest, right? They are making the 0.
Yep.
02, right?
It's coming up soon as well.
I'm hoping they actually do some of the angels too. That would be amazing.
If they want to make money, they will.
Personally, I don't really like the angel, but yeah.
All
I agree
right.
with- yeah.
So, would you guys get? Are you guys getting this kit? I am. Anybody else?
I am. I got it. It just because of the situation right now, I couldn't get it yet.
Mhm.
So frustrating. So
I bet,
frustrating.
yeah, it'll blow over. So our second release is the MG Gundam F90 Intercept. I don't know if it's like, is it F9011 or F92 or I don't know how they even.
I don't even know.
Technically,
yeah.
there should be a letter.
Yeah, it's
But yes.
F9011
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Boom.
because the F90 is a standalone, and you put the.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it looks.
It's a
really-
big boy.
It is a big boy.
Yes.
It's a big boy, really big boy.
Big boy.
But
It's a big boy.
Needs
Is
more
it-
guns.
big boy.
Is it?
Oh my
shielded
God.
Like a rocket pack or something.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Derek's first complaint is that it doesn't have enough guns.
Isn't the shielded?
I
gun?
would say, I mean, too much thrusters and not enough guns.
Yes.
Oh my god.
But the first impression I got from it, I need to make this into like a Ford Mustang or something, because of the grill on the chest.
Mhm.
So
Oh, Ford Mustang.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can
Oh.
see that.
Oh, I
Good
can
to
totally
see
see
it.
that. Yeah.
I
totally.
have
Yeah.
the F91, and I hope it's as good as the Master, because the F91 Master Grade, I think it's underrated.
Mhm.
It's a great Master Grade. It's a great.
I
Master
have it. I have to build that one too.
Yeah, it's nice. That's a good.
Yes.
That's a good Master Grade.
Can't
All right,
wait.
guys. I
Mhm.
would love to get this one though.
Oh yeah, I'll
Derek
get it.
definitely would.
I'll definitely
Yeah.
get it.
Ooh,
I'll
that
get
makes
it. I'll
sense.
get it.
And our third release is a metal build Astray red frame.
Mm.
This
Wait,
thing
are you sure?
Is,
Are you sure it's 2,200 yen?
oh, oops.
There
Because-
definitely needs to be an extra zero in there.
don't
if,
actually-
if it's 2,200, I'll probably get like 10 of them.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's a
I
lot
totally
more.
forgot to even look up the price, to be completely honest. But it's a metal build, so it's going to be expensive. So
Usually,
Yeah.
yeah.
I will
Paul.
I will say add an extra zero, then it should be fine.
Yeah,
you'd
then
be
it should be fair. and Paul just said that it's the F92, not the
Oh, it is the
F92.
F92. Thank you, Paul.
Not F90 11. Thank you, Paul, for watching out.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Metal builds are nice because the metal build that came out with us, the
Mhm.
Barbatos
Mhm,
Lupus, I want to
yeah.
get that one. And the Astray is also one of my favorites design wise. I don't know about anything of its story, but design wise, the samurai thing, the swords, all the katanas. And I
Oh
really
my
wish
God, it
somebody
looks so
in
freaking
this,
good.
You know, like the Astray is my first official Gundam. My first Gundam that I built was a Destiny. That was like a experimental build, and then the first one that I actually put like a paint on is the Red Astray RG. So I have special feelings for this thing.
Derrick just gasps, and I don't know why. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at this because I see a certain weapon pack.
Yeah, I think it's nice.
Oh yeah,
dude.
yeah, there is.
I mean,
Yeah.
this thing, yeah, it looks nice.
The
Awesome.
backpack looks insane.
You know what?
The
I
backpack
feel?
looks, it looks insane.
I feel like the only thing I feel bad about the metal build is like
You can't paint it.
you're not gonna build it, you know.
Well, the
Mhm.
trick about if not a lot of people don't know, but you're just building like the outside frame around just the skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And fun fact, guess what? The skeleton's actually made by Bandai.
It's not.
No,
Oh.
No.
It's
It's actually
the metal
outsourced.
build. Yeah,
it's
the
actually
metal build, yeah.
outsourced. It's
Yeah,
actually
so most
outsourced.
metal builds, their skeleton is out.
But hence that reason, they're not flimsy at all. They're very, very sturdy.
They're solid.
Nothing against you, Bandai. I love you guys. Keep on coming out with new kits, but
Mhm.
Sponsor us.
There's a reason. No, there's a reason. There's a reason why Bandai don't do metal builds because probably they're not really good. The technology of the metal stuff is probably not as good as the plastic ones. So obviously they're gonna
expensive as
outsource
hell.
it.
Yeah, plastic is their
Exactly.
game.
well, that's
Exactly.
their shop actually when they actually do actual the frames and everything. It all uses the plastic resin, so they don't actually have the same technology to actually make those same casts. So that's
Yeah.
why they actually outsource it. It's actually a lot cheaper
Yeah.
that way. And to
True,
be honest, the quality is actually really great. Actually, for these, don't get me wrong, these are really beautiful kits.
Isn't Derrick so informative?
Yes.
They're
Yes.
amazing,
Would you
dude.
guys get it if you could?
If
Yes.
it wasn't,
Yes.
wasn't $200, I would. But
I
because
would.
it's $200, I won't.
But because of the
I
Rona,
don't got money.
I ain't got
I
no
wouldn't.
money.
I wouldn't.
Ain't
I
got
wouldn't
no
get
money.
it. I wouldn't get it because I will build my own metal build. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'd get it, okay, because like they're display pieces, you know, because
Yeah,
I
they're
get it.
they're
I
not
would love to have
customized.
my studio.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're spending so much on kit, I wouldn't want to touch it anymore. It's too risky.
Well, for
not
me,
gonna
it's
touch it.
it's a quick build.
Yeah.
I'll cheat. I'll say that's a quick build. If I get it, it'll be a
Mhm.
quick build, and I can say I built it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
But
that's
if you really want to, if you want to,
You're not
if you
even
want a
wrong.
quick build, just get an SD if you want a quick build.
Stop.
Oh my god.
hey,
Ouch.
the SDs are awesome, man.
I know they are. I have a
But,
collection.
I
of them.
mean,
Yeah.
the metal build new Gundam is awesome, so we can expect great things coming
No,
from
the
this as
metal
well.
build new Gundam is $1,000. All right.
I thought it was
So,
2,000.
have
Or is
fun
that
with-
with the base?
It's 2,000.
I think
Yes.
people. Okay, that's because people are selling it. When it first came out at 500, it was like $800 USD. But because people bought it and it's only a limited edition, they bought it and
Mhm.
now they're reselling them for $2,000 wherever you find it. That's
Mhm.
the problem because it was
Yeah.
$1,000 initially. I know because I looked that up when I knew that there was a metal one. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it was like $900.
Damn,
People are
gorgeous.
just selling it like.
It's a
Anyway.
beautiful kit, but it's scary. Well,
Yep. Astray, yes, I would buy it 100% if it wasn't for the Rona. All right, boys. So we're going on to the next segment. We have the featured build of the week. All right, guys.
The
Before we
favorite
begin-
segment of the show.
Before we begin, there's some new rules and some new changes to the way that we do things around here on Gunpla Talk Show. So this will be the last entry for the month of March, right? Next week, all entries will be going on to the competition for April. Now, one of the things we need you guys to understand, if you send in your pictures, you send in your builds, be ready to be criticized, right? That's what it is. It's a competition. if you can't handle criticism, if you think that some things are said the wrong way, then and you can't handle it, then don't send it in. We're not professionals. We said it before. We said it in the beginning. But this is just for fun. But it is a competition, right? There is a prize at the end. So if you send it, we're gonna criticize it. If you don't like the criticizing part of of a competition, then I'm sorry, right? None,
Somebody has to
everything you
win.
hear, exactly. Like nothing that we say
Mhm.
is in bad or ill form, so we're
Yep.
sorry. Now, going on ahead of
Yep.
things, we are bringing down the number of builds we show on the show. We're only going to show 5 builds per week. So if we get like 15 submissions, for example, only the top 5 will be shown, and then the last one to be shown will be the winner for that week. um, and that's about it, right? We already talked about how it needs to be customized. Should be panel lining. There should be either weathering or custom paint or a kit bash or anything, but straight builds will not be added on. Okay, so we're just putting that out. The new rules will be put up into our website so you guys know. We will no longer be taking entries via Instagram. That will all be explained
Mhm.
on the website. But it's because we have gotten a lot of submissions, so we do need to tone it down. And we're just starting out. But at the end of the day, if you send it in, be ready to get criticized. That's the way this works. Let's go on.
Sure.
Thank you.
So I got
Just saying my 2 piece really quick, because the fact is, like, we've been doing the community and we do judging and all. It understand it does take a lot of work for these guys to actually put it together. And do not don't feel disheartened about any of the criticism. Build upon and what you learned today, and do not a different
Mhm.
view can make you a better person
Yes.
for itself.
Exactly.
All right,
Thank
keep
you,
it
Derek.
open out there. I love my community, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, don't feel bad. I mean, I
I
don't even
second that.
customize my stuff yet. So I
Ditto.
mean,
Mhm.
when I do it, I'm gonna show it to these guys, and they're probably gonna be like, "Oh, you could have done better," and I'll be like, "Okay, I gotta get better because of it, right?" So that's the way this works. Let's go on and explain the rules real quick. Oh, well, not the rules, but the what is it?
Criteria.
The criteria, the judging criteria, right? So,
Mhm.
Justin.
All right. So for the criteria part, we will be talking about creativity, originality, color scheme details, and craftsmanship. Creativity being that how far you have taken the kit away from stock. Originality is like how original is your idea. Color scheme is like the harmonization of the colors. I mean, do they match well or do they clash like crazy, like Clash of the Titans? Details are the details that you do on your customization, and craftsmanship is how good are the details. So let's move on to contestant number 1.
Mhm.
I'm switching it back.
So,
Yeah, we got the
all
real
right.
grades Sazabi.
Sazabi, my
Yeah.
latest build as well. So this is a submission by Detroit Gunpla Works, and in total he got like 38.9 points. And we can see on the bigger pictures.
It's coming up.
Well, to be honest, um, one thing I really like is the color scheme. He kept it simple, stealthy. But the other thing is that it's just a shame because Sazapi is such a like a versatile kid, and he didn't do much of panel lining or anything on it. So on the details part, it's really missing out, which I think is such a shame because the color schemes and everything are pretty, really good. What do you guys think?
Derek,
Like, to be
Alina?
honest, I really enjoyed actually. I'm a for itself. And I from the pictures that you shown on there last night, I actually do like it. Like, it's really clean. It's you put a lot of
Mhm.
emphasis on a lot of pieces on shield and all. But I do have to pick on you a little bit of the details, because I do notice around the collar of the neck, you didn't change
Mhm.
any of the colors. And in between the joints there, the knee
Yeah, the
joints and
frame.
the elbows, you left those as the original colors. But do you know what? Hey, we all start somewhere, and I actually think that it was really clean build still. And the
Mhm.
rifle, actually, the colors did pop. I did like that.
I'm just gonna add my 2 cents. So it was very well done. Again, like Derek said, we did start to notice that the inner being painted, and I get why some people wouldn't, because it does kind of just like it doesn't make the joints as smooth, and I get it. But when you have a full piece
Mhm.
and you bring that to GBWC, they will look at every single um they will look at every single just every single little thing. So like, so yeah.
Okay.
All right, very nice.
Mhm.
Cool. All right, let's go on to the next one. So this was the top. You remember top 5. This is number 5. Let's go on to the next one. We have the unicorn, the MG Banshee.
Banshee.
It's actually MG Banshee.
Banshee.
Banshee. Well, the Banshee got an
Yes.
overall of 37.6 points. This is a submission by Imperial and Arts. I don't know how to say the IG tag. I feel so useless.
Yeah.
You are,
But
don't worry.
but oh man. But generally, I really like the color scheme. I mean, it doesn't stray too far away from the stock color, but the
Mhm.
whole thing just like brighten up a lot more with the change of the on the destroyer mode part.
You did get the nice decals.
Mhm.
Yep,
Yep.
yep.
Mhm.
The decals are spot on, really spot on. So you can't see any like decal lines or anything. This is how decals supposed to be.
Mhm.
Listen up, Bandai. You're not sponsoring us, so I can say whatever I want. But decals suck.
I would really want you to post. It's all open destroyer mode. I would love you to pose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these are great. Actually, I'm pretty sure he sent in other pictures that were post.
No. Only
No.
destroy mode.
Only destroy mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
These
But
are the
anyway,
pictures
very
I've
nice
got.
build. Very clean.
Mm-hmm.
Very clean build. Super clean build. I mean, it's hard to achieve these kind of clean builds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. All right, the next one is contestant number 3. We have Eric Lu. Okay, Eric Lu has just become he's become our best friend because I think he submits every week, and
Every single week.
like Eric Lu, if you're watching this, dude, great job. Like you are one of my favorites when it comes to like customizing and painting, and because I follow you on my main page and everywhere else. This is just amazing job on the This is the high grade Dom test type version real color. This is just a really nice build, very clean. I love the helmet, everything on it.
Yep.
So I
And
gotta
this is one of the weathering that I really like. I mean, this kind of weathering I can accept. The one that really went through the mud pool, nah, those kind I really don't like those kind. I mean, this kind of like subtle paint chips and stuff like that really, 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 really touch my heart.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I do like actually the weathering. Actually, you actually use the right ways of like the foot. Like you warm down a little bit more, and then you build it up from there.
Yeah.
So it looks a little bit cleaner on top, which makes sense, right? Where you move them up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Good job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So weathering has to make sense as well because Barbatos, like a lot of people do a lot of weathering on Barbatos, but you gotta remember, man, Barbatos doesn't walk using his chest. Stop destroying the chest so much, guys. Okay. Now contestant number 4. Number 4 is submitted by Genda Matseo. It's an MG Sinanju. This build is like creativity wise and originality wise, like I'm gonna keep doing that.
Well, I actually like the color. Actually,
yes,
I could
the color.
pick the actual card. I actually did like this one, and I think like he could create some more creativity here and there. But to be honest, I think he did a fantastic job actually on the design of the color to match it with his sort of model. Kudos.
Yep, and the color accuracy is really so that I gotta say. I mean, from the picture that's shown here, the Zonda 5 and the picture of the actual paint that he painted, it's pretty similar. So it's really, really good. But the only part that I would criticize a bit is probably on the panel lining. It's a bit rough. It's a bit rough. Probably he used a Gundam pen. It looks like a pen. Yeah, it looks like a marker job or like a pen job. So probably change to like a proper like animal accent color paint.
Enamel, man, not animal.
Yeah.
Enamel.
Gonna be all over.
Yeah.
Enamel.
Because last
Okay,
week he was
fine,
talking. He's like, yeah, man, Gundam Guardian, man, he uses that animal paint. And I was like, he uses animal paint. I'm like, what? Like, what kind of paint is that?
Enamel. Okay, fine. I'm one of those
Yeah, no, the color scheme and it's very clean, and the fact that you even showed and you shared a picture of what the inspiration was, that kid is just blows my mind. Very good job. Very good job.
Amazing.
Very good job. Super
All
good
right,
job.
let's
Super.
go on to the next one. All right, so
Contestant number 5.
No,
Wait, what
that
are you? Not the
is
That's your
Jester.
boy,
gun-
right?
The Jester.
It's a ground type guns. It's a sniper. Yeah.
It's a
It's
GM sniper
but
It's a
it's not
GM
the
sniper
Jester.
too.
This is not the Jester.
No, it's GM Sniper 1.
Oh, it's a one?
Oh,
Yeah.
Shit.
It's a GM Sniper
Oh, is it
1.
1 or 2? Sorry.
Sniper 1.
Oh, we never
okay.
changed it? I thought we did change it yesterday.
I thought I
did
did
on
change
the-
it.
on the
Justin
scoring
changed it back.
It's changed.
Good enough.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Good enough.
Anyway,
On the
Hanson,
fly.
this is my favorite kit this week. To be
Mhm.
honest, actually, this week has been one of the most difficult ones because like we got so many good
Yeah,
kits.
the par.
We
the
did get a
second
lot
skill
of good
went
ones.
up.
But just a little background on Hanson KB87. He is He is actually not mainly. He is like extreme military only. So he
Mhm.
doesn't do a lot of Gundam or Gunpla. This is actually his first Gunpla, and this is just different. This
Mhm.
is way different than anything I've seen. This
Yeah.
is military camo, digital camo. So
He
Hanson,
killed that tank, man. You'll
yeah,
see
the
it.
tank.
Yeah,
I mean,
you'll
look
see
at
it pop
the
up in a
tank.
second.
Like the way I don't know the detail on it, the way he painted it. It looks like it's it's got like little, I don't know how to call it, like like when water starts rusting and it starts sliding down.
It's like
It's the
residue.
water residue.
Like
Yeah, it's like
residue, there
water,
we
like
go.
lime scale.
Yeah, so and this is his first Gundam kit. He just did this one to try it out to see what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, he's hooked
Like-
now, I bet.
I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
He probably stopped building them after this because he said like, "This is for kids."
Yeah, this is for
Yeah.
it's too easy for me. But yeah, dude. Hanson,
Exactly.
great job, man.
I love the fact is
job.
that he's bringing a different technique to the Gundam story idea,
Yes,
right? From
yeah.
his model
Yep.
to the kudos. That's amazing.
It really
Yep.
is. This is the kind of
Yep.
originality that, in my personal opinion, because we all judge differently. This is what I'm looking for. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even begin to imagine how to do this right now because I haven't started. And I'm looking at this, and this is so
Mhm.
different to what I see. And this is, to me, in my mind, what Gundam is. For a lot of people, it's fantasy. For me, it's literally military robots. It's a war story, and this, to me, is what I would feel like the U.S. would do to their military suits. Just
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
Yes.
America.
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 Good job, Hanson. All right, and the last contestant, number 6, we have
Oh.
Rhoda paint stuff. The build is the MG Turn X. Oh my god, this build.
Oh,
That's
this
so
is
good.
Koroda. No, you have to say it like this. Koroda pins. Koroda pins.
Corona.
Kuroda.
Oh,
Now, Kuroda. Holy god, Kuroda.
I love this. I love
Justin
this
has,
kid.
Justin has a boner for this one. So, Justin, I'll let you talk.
Yeah, I probably okay. I wouldn't say that out loud on internet, but yeah, I love this internet. But but I really like, from the bottom of my heart, I love this kid. I mean, I don't love this kid, but I love how he did what he did to this
Mhm.
kid. It's like, I have no words for it. It doesn't need a lot of panel lighting, it doesn't need details. It's just that the entire aesthetic, the entire look and feel of the kit itself, it's enough to make you go wow. And to be honest, there's not even a single decal. You don't need it. You
I
don't
just
need it.
noticed that. I was
You
like,
don't
where's the
need it.
decals?
You don't need it.
No,
You
not
don't-
at all.
looks
You
so
don't
good on
need
its
it.
You
own.
don't need decals to make it. How do I
Exactly.
say this? You don't need decals to have detail.
No.
Thank
Right?
you.
That's
Yeah.
what- you don't need it. If you know how to, like this, I can tell, or I can imagine what he's trying to go for. This is some like stealth. I mean, he's actually in the chat. I'm pretty sure it's Giacomo Kuroda.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't
He
know
is.
exactly. I don't remember exactly what you were trying to go for. This is stealth. This reminds you know what this reminds me of actually. You guys seen The Incredibles? You know the big ball.
Yeah.
Exactly, the ball robot
Like this is
with the
such a good
claw.
build.
I
Yeah,
guess
I mean,
bug your builder here. What
Yeah,
do you do
the-
with the backpack?
The purple and then the red line across his chest.
Mm.
Those are the details that,
I like the
that
color
really makes the
shifting too.
difference.
The red
Yes.
to the
Yeah,
blue.
there it
The
is.
purple to the
Exactly.
blue.
And even the photographs. This guy literally took like some nice freaking
Amazing
photograph.
photos.
Yeah.
See the bokeh
Amazing
effect on
photos.
that. So Derek wanted to know, Kuroda, if you're in the chat, I don't know if you're still there. He wants to know what you did to the backpack.
Because I swore if I didn't forget the Gundam X, there was supposed to be a backpack. Unless you were actually going, then that's wild. That's actually really cool. I never seen it built that way.
Yeah, he answered. I hate the backpack. I removed it.
I hate backpacks too, bro.
There you go. I was wondering about that because I know the backpack's almost the size of the entire thing. So I was going to say.
No, this
But
is
well
this
done.
really this is an amazing build.
It's so well done.
And this is the winner for this week.
Give us a drum roll, guys.
Congratulations,
Drum roll,
man.
yeah.
You are the winner for this week. They did good stuff. So, quick word. The monthly winner will be announced in next episode. So in a week from now, no, guys, we're sorry.
Yeah.
We have to do it this way. We will show pictures right now of the winners. We have this week number 3 because we started this in March, so we only have 3 weeks to do it.
Okay. So one more time. Week number 3 winner. Congratulations to Kuroda Pinstyle.
Very nice, Kuroda. Very nice, dude. You deserve it. Next build.
Yep.
Week
Next
number 2
build.
build.
We congratulate to a girl with Gunpla.
It's me.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I wish I met her. I wish I was. Yes.
But
And
It's me.
So guys, not to like I don't want to like stir anything in the chat or any controversial or anything. But a girl with Gunpla, she cannot vote for her own thing. So no, she's not going to be judged.
Jesse and Justin voting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm taking no part in this. There's no favoritism. There is nothing.
There is there's no personal and there's no interest, no conflict of interest or anything. The people who will vote for the first winner will just be us 3. So I'm
Then
sorry.
we have our week 2 winner. Good old defense.
Week 1.
Good old defense.
Good old defense technology.
Yeah.
Nice.
Remember this guy?
Yes.
Oh my god, this guy is good.
We're gonna
He
go
really
back.
is good.
Just so we're transparent. We're gonna go back and we're gonna regrade these. We're gonna take another look at them, give them a new point system, and then our next the winner will be announced on Friday, and then we'll talk about the next competition and the next prize. So stick around for that.
Should we announce the next prize or wait till next week?
Ah man, should we? I mean, I feel
Not
like
yet.
I think it'll be. I don't think.
No, you know what? Just announce it, Chris. You
Chris.
do the honors.
No, actually, grab it, Chris. Grab it, Chris. Where is
Just
it?
grab it. Just grab it. Not your.
Ooh, look at the
Dang.
next
Look
prize.
at that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that the MG Patos?
Hello.
So that is the next prize for next month.
Is that how Mikazuki sounds? Hello,
Yes.
Mikazuki.
So
Oh
Master
my
Grade Barbatos next month. That'll be the prize.
You get my used core Gundam. That's what you get. My used core Gundam. No, I'm joking.
You get the right leg of my Sasabi, and that's it.
Yeah.
Guys. So remember, we're gonna change the rules. So don't start submitting on Instagram yet. Hold your horses. We will submit.
Yep.
There will be a new cutoff. It won't be Thursday anymore. It'll be Wednesday because it is difficult to get everything in order sometimes. But the new rules will be up tomorrow, Saturday for me, Sunday for Justin over there in Asia. So anyway.
All right. So just to recap on the judging and the grading for the feature of the month build, the reason why we can't decide by this week is because we need to get back our previous judges as well to join in like to for a collaborative judging criteria thing going on, and then we have to rejudge the whole thing, and then only we can announce it so that it'll be fair. Okay. So
Yes.
We're not participating.
Yeah, we're not participating, especially because I'm in it.
Yes. But anyway, guys, is there anything else you guys okay, real quick, if your entry wasn't showing this week, it's
Submit
not because
again.
we did
Keep submitting.
just submit later. Like we said, we got so many submissions, there's no way we put in like 20 or 30 pictures over here, and it'll take like 2 hours to talk about. And we just can't. We're sorry. That's why we're choosing the top 5, top 6 in this case this week. So please don't feel bad. resubmit.
Mhm.
This is the way it is. Like, it's also for us. It's also to make the show a little bit shorter. So we're sorry, but please resubmit again. All right. Anyway, anything else you guys would like to say to the audience?
I want to
thank
say,
you.
thanks to the
Yeah,
guests
thank you for
coming.
having us.
Thanks for the guests.
Thank you for having us. This is the coolest thing ever.
Yes.
It is.
It's literally the coolest thing
Thank
ever.
These guys are chill. You guys keep on following, listening in. We'll be listening too.
Yeah,
So
So thank you
follow
very
us,
much,
please.
Derek. Thank you very much, Alina. And
GTS.
I do have one more thing to say. Can I?
yes.
No, you can't.
Corona pain stuff. I'll be talking to you in.
ooh, damn. Okay. Damn. He's gonna be talking to you, Kuroda. You better watch those DMs, boy.
Yeah.
No,
Oh my
it's out.
God.
Dude, I'm a fan. I'm a fan right now. I'm like a fanboy, y'all.
Oh, guys, also stick around and stay, in contact. We'll just look at because we do have special guests that are already confirmed. I can't say their name,
Not
but
yet.
man, this
We
is
know
really
some of those
exciting.
names. Dude, you guys better get excited.
Yeah, so they're gonna be, watch out for those. But anyway, thank you very much, Derek and Alina. I think I speak on behalf of everybody on GTS.
Thank you. I'll buy you guys taco.
Thank you.
Tacos.
So
Like
thank you
tacos.
very much, and we hope you guys have a great one, everybody. And stay safe again.
Everybody
Stay
have
clean.
a great weekend, please.
Be fresh.
Yeah, stay home
safe.
and just
Stay home, build Gunplas.
Yeah,
So
Bill.
anyway,
Be
this is
Peace.
safe.
Bye-bye.
peacing out. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Corona
All right,
pain stuff.
well,